Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to take a look at the OnePlus 9 Pro. Yes, I finally got it. I was hoping to get a little bit sooner, but hey, there's no time like the present, and this has been one nice present. I'm glad this showed up because I've really been wanting to test it out. I have not actually tested out too many of the higher end OnePlus models before. I bought the 6T, I bought the 7 Pro, but I didn't have the 8 Pro. I had the 8 and the 8T, which were very, very good phones. This one is very interesting because it's been very controversial ever since it's come out. And I've tried to stay away, like far, far away. I haven't watched anyone else's videos. I haven't been paying attention too much to the negativity other than stuff that I catch on Twitter, which, if you believe what's on Twitter, then this has like the most potato camera on a flagship in the last 10 years. And that's really not the case at all. So I'm taking a different approach to this video, or at least with testing out these OnePlus phones, because it's kind of like an adventure. I'm going out on some uncharted territory here, and I'm really going to try and, of course, give this my objective look over at it, but at the same time, try and discuss some things, maybe philosophically, maybe technologically, maybe economically, taking a look at the phone and does it bring value? Is it good? Does it merit all of the negativity that's been getting? And I mean, ultimately, should you pick one up? I mean, that's what you're probably here wanting to watch. Is this something that you should go buy? So hopefully those are some things I can address while I have this phone. But at first glance, using this, all day today, well, at least since it showed up this afternoon, I like it. It's a really nice phone. It's sharp. It's got a Snapdragon 888 processor in it. It's got a QuadHD Plus resolution screen. It's got 120 hertz refresh rate on it. It's got, listen to this, it's got a 50 megapixel and a 48 megapixel camera on the back and an 8. So totally loaded out in the camera department. And it's also got the tuning and stuff from Hasselblad that is part of the partnership that they have with OnePlus to try and help them out to make their cameras better. And I think that might be part of the reason why people are a little upset whenever it comes to the camera, which I've snapped a couple of pictures. They look fine to me. I haven't gone and done any deep dive stuff. I've not gone out and tried to take any National Geographic caliber photos or any of that stuff. But just from taking a couple of pictures and playing around with the phone, I really don't think it merits a lot of the angst that's out there regarding this phone right now. But one thing that is very important to remember is we're talking about the $1,000 club now. There's been a lot of people who have really hopped off of the OnePlus bandwagon over the last couple of years because they were always like value, performance, flagship killers. It's what they are known for, being flagship quality specs and hardware and performance, but not the flagship price. While Samsung and Apple were charging $1,000, OnePlus was charging like $600-700, and everybody really liked that. They liked that philosophy. They liked that value. And every time OnePlus came out with a new phone, it's like more expensive, more expensive, more expensive. So rightfully so, there's a lot of criticism here. And I liken this back to the days of when iPhone first hit that $999 price point. People lost their minds. I mean, I did. Before I even saw the phone in person, I was like, wow, $1,000, that's crazy. These people are asinine. They have lost their minds. And now it's kind of commonplace. Now, I paid $13.99 for the S20 Ultra from Samsung last year, which totally wasn't worth that. I got hosed on that one. But when you talk about the OnePlus phones now charging, this is base model $969. It's just over $1,000 if you want to get the 256 model. They're definitely up there in iPhone and Samsung territory now. So they're now under this more increased level of scrutiny. And I think rightfully so. That's one thing that helps to keep them honest. And two, it tests the phone and against the fan base to see if it's something that holds up. I'm going to be completely straight up with you guys here. Like when most people were going on and on about the OnePlus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I was very well happy in my BlackBerry world. So I wasn't buying any OnePlus phones. My first one was the 6T, but I liked them so much that I flew all the way to New York when they had the OnePlus 7 Pro launch event, and I have really enjoyed the phone since then, and I'm really glad that I have this one now. So I'm going to take a look at it. This is actually my third phone with the Snapdragon 888 processor in like the last month or two. So I've got a lot of experience testing out the hardware. I'm familiar with what it can do. I know the power that's there. I know the feature set that's there. I mean, this is a top tier phone. Snapdragon 888 is the best processor that you can get in an Android phone right now. So you've got that. You've got either 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM. You've got a HDR10 Plus 10-bit color screen on here. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff that this phone is supposed to be capable of doing. So I'm going to test that stuff out, and I'm going to give you the real deal. I'm going to tell you my thoughts, tell you my feelings, and let you know what I think about it. So I'll be making several videos about this phone. And I've also got the OnePlus 9 over here too. So I'm going to do some comparison stuff with this and also kind of pit them up against each other to see which one is best for you. Because a lot of times, I really am an advocate for budget and economy and value. Like, do you always need to go swing for the fences and get the $1,000 phone? Or maybe wait a year and then get it whenever it drops down to like $400, $500, $600, because you can always get them cheaper a year later. So I'm going to set the 9 off to the side right now. But the 9 Pro here, it's got a lot of great stuff going for it. It's got the IP68 dust and water resistance. It's got 5G. It's got 65-watt charging that'll recharge your phone from 1 to 100% in 29 minutes. That's just ludicrous. It's like ludicrous speed. It's like when you watch the old Spaceballs movie and they say that they've gone plaid because like they went beyond light speed. And another thing that's beyond light speed is the actual operating system itself, because it's running Oxygen OS. It's based on Android 11. It's super smooth. It's super fast. I mean, this is something that's built for speed. That's never settled. Built for speed. That's like kind of the way things work with OnePlus. They make really good phones, and they're all built off of their version of Android, the Oxygen OS, and it's really great. I like it a lot. They've always had great haptic feedback. It's enjoyable to type on. Of course, you got the little slider switch there for the mute and stuff. So it brings something different to the table, and I think that that's important now because no more LG. LG has gone the way of the dodo. They're extinct. They have closed up their doors. They're not going to make any more phones, or so they say now. So we'll address that later on if things change, but I have a certain level of scrutiny on that plan that they have too. So yeah, this is kind of like the big three here in the United States now. Like, we've got Apple, we've got Samsung, and we've got OnePlus. And OnePlus has done a great job building their reputation, bringing their phones up over the last couple of years. And I think another part of the expectation here was, I think people might have expected more. And it's funny because when you go from like the iPhone 11 to the iPhone 12, really there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, it's pretty much the same in a lot of ways. Same thing with like the S20, the S21. Once you've kind of maxed out the features and the power and all that stuff, there's like little tuning things or small little things that they change. They're incremental that maybe you might not even notice that much. And I feel like that's kind of what they did here with the OnePlus 9 Pro. They kind of got there. They reached the top. They got the IP68. They've got the Gorilla Glass. They've got the 5G. They've got the Snapdragon triplet. It's got everything that puts it on par with Samsung and with iPhone in like the stratosphere of flagship phones. So yes, duly noted, needs all the scrutiny of the world. It could be bad. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, OnePlus generally makes good phones. Nothing here that I'm probably going to hate that much. But at the end of the day, we need to look at it, evaluate it on its face, and see what it's made of. And that's what I'm going to do here with the OnePlus 9 and the 9 Pro. And yeah, I'm happy to tell you guys about it. And of course, if you have any questions, you have any comments, you have anything that you want me to look at, particularly while I am testing out this phone, it's got my SIM card in there. Like, it really didn't take too much to pry my SIM card out of my S21 Ultra that was in my hands and put it in this, because you guys know how I feel about the battery on that one anyway. But either way, which actually seems to have gotten a little better lately. I'll talk about that later. But here, with the OnePlus 9 Pro, I'm excited. I'm really interested in giving this the full workover and testing it out just like I do all the other phones. So yeah, if there's anything that you want to know about, anything you're curious about during the process as I test out this phone and make some videos about it, then please let me know so I can try and address that stuff for you. And we're gonna see what it's worth. We're gonna see what the OnePlus 9 Pro is made of. So that's all I've got, guys. A little bit kind of different video here, but I was thinking about it and trying to put into words just some of the things that I talked about in this video, and I think it's going to be a good experience. I mean, call me crazy, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. So that's all I've got, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.